take a look then at this then. It's a Hotpoint WML730 finished in graphite. 3, it was, this is more like a later model from the first initial series in 2007 that Insect released. So I'd say these are more like exclusive models, because by the time this was actually bought, it was 2011. Right, so all our programs are listed on the Detergent drawer. We have 16 of them, and they're broken up into essentials, specials, and eco cycles. All the eco cycles are cold wash only. So we'll start at 1 then. This is the Cottons. It's labelled Cottons Plus. What it is, this is the only cycle to give your cotton 90-degree cycle, but if you select 60 or the 40 cycle, right, so program 1 is Cottons Plus. Naturally, it's the 90-degree cycle. You can have 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30 degree and no heat temperature options for it. If you select 60 or 40 on just program 1, what it will do is do an eco 60 or 40 degree cycle, giving it its energy rating of A+. We've also got variable spin speed here. Max spin speed of the machine is 1300 RPM. We can then lower that spin speed to either 1200, 1000, 800 RPM, 600 RPM, 500 RPM, 400 RPM, or select no spin, which will cancel the intermediate and final spin phases. Though, being a hot point, it will still just distribute for the entire length of the intermediate spin. So it doesn't actually save any time by selecting no spin, which is annoying. You've got 4 option buttons, 4 wash modifications that you can do. Super wash, which will add on extra time of around 15 minutes. Does this generation, I think, just it ups the water level. Extra rinse will add on a further rinse stage. Normally they do 2 rinses on the cottons and synthetic cycle. Add extra rinse, you get 3 instead. Mini load is made for washing a half load, 3.5 kilo for example, on the cotton cycles, and if you are on synthetics, it's 2 kilo or less. And if it's on wool, it's 1 kilo, and if it's on silk, it's half a kilo. Yeah, mini load is available on a lot of the cycles. Basically, it's half load. Don't know why I just didn't call it half load. But what it does is shorten the wash stages and lowers the rinse level. So normally it does a 2-stage rinse, but mini load it will cancel the second stage, so it does like does a low level rinse instead. Reduce creases basically reduces how much creasing is formed in your laundry. What it does, it will spin at a much lower final spin, which means that it spins about 600 RPM on the cotton cycles and synthetic cycles. But what that means is that laundry will come out wetter than it will do. Ready to be hung out, ready to dry, or put on radiators. Do not select reduce creases if you're putting the stuff from the washing machine into a tumble dryer. That just wastes energy. And not only that, the tumble dryer does that work for you. What it also does is completely modify the wash and rinses and the intermediate spins that follow between the rinses as well. If you select, I believe, on silk, what reduce creases does, it becomes acts as a rinse hold instead. So to end and drain the rinse water on silks, you got to deselect reduce creases when you're ready. Right. Program 2, Cotton 60. This will wash at 60, or when Rich tested it once, about 72 degrees. It will wash at 60, and it will take about 2 hours to do the cycle. Program 3, Colours 40. It's a short 40 degree cycle that will take about an hour and a half to do. Made for more lightly soiled to normal soiled coloured cottons. 4 easy synthetics at 50 degrees. It takes about an hour 20 to do. It's obviously made for a half load of man-made fibres. Program 5 is Fast Wash 60. 60-minute program up to 60 degrees. Doesn't actually take 60 minutes, unfortunately. It takes longer than that because that's that generation that we've got here. So it takes about 80 minutes rather than 60 minutes. It's made for obviously lightly soiled laundry. Half a load maximum as well. Baby cycle is washed at 40 degrees. Takes about 2 hours and it's made for synthetics and delicates. Though delicates naturally falls under silk on most Hotpoints, but it's actually made for like more delicate, gentle, but still spinnable clothes. What it does, it has a soak period at 40 degrees to clean your baby's clothes gently. My only downside with this is that it obviously only washes at 40 degrees. So more of a toddler wash rather than a baby wash. Program 7 is shirts. Washes at 40 degrees, made for 2 kilo. We'll obviously end the cycle with a gentle 600 RPM spin to reduce creases. Reduced creases is an option on the shirts. Don't know how it's going to exactly affect it that much since it's already basically a reduced creases synthetic cycle as it is. Program 8 is a lingerie cycle. Max temperature of just 30 degrees. It ends with a slow 600 spin though, which is odd. But it's only really made for 1 kilo of delicates. Program 9 is wool at 40 degrees. Washes, I think this washes 2 kilo. And you can, let's see if I have mini load. Yes, you have mini load. So therefore you can wash 2 kilo, or with mini load you can wash 1 kilo of wool. Does the standard Hotpoint distribution wash action. And this one will take about 75, I think it's 75 minutes for a full load and 55 minutes with a mini load. Program 10 is silk at 30 degrees. Again, you can have mini load, you can have reduced creases. It ends with a no spin. So even though we've got that set at 600 RPM, you'll notice that the spin LED here is not lit. That's because it just doesn't do one. So on the final rinse it will just naturally drain. If you select reduce creases, as I said before, it won't drain at the end of the final rinse, so you will have to come up to it and press that and then it will do its drain. Then we've got eco cycles. So all of these wash at cold. They're all originally designed to wash very lightly soiled laundry. Half load for cottons, 3 kilos for synthetics, and 3 kilos for Fast Wash 30 minute program. But what it's designed to do is work with cold wash detergents, which at the time was gel. So what it does is it does a series of fast spinning actions to basically dissolve the gel. Not really a fan of them at all. Anyway, the cotton cycle takes around 85 minutes to do. Program 12, the synthetics eco wash takes 80 minutes to do, 70 minutes to do actually. And 13, fast wash 30 minutes. is washed at cold and takes 30 minutes. So we've got rinse. What this will do is do 2 Cotton's rinses followed by Cotton's final spin. Sure, that's right. Program B will do a full fast Cotton spin at 1300 RPM. And program C is pump out. This is just a drain only pump program to drain away water for whatever reason. Now we have a kick plate there. Behind there is a coin filter trap. So our door handle is behind there. And just pull against it. These doors over the first generation of Hotpoints of this type of door are much better. They don't snap like the early ones do. And then they did the round door style after this, and then they started to snap again. And now they've gone to the active care style door, and now they're no longer snapping. Right, so our detergent drawer swivels out on this. We've got our 3 compartments. This compartment you never use. Basically it's for the pre-wash, except you never need to do a pre-wash because it doesn't have a pre-wash function on this machine, so just never use it. There is a little gap here for a little card that gets taken out and you can put it into there and then you can have liquid. However, that's missing, as with pretty much all Hotpoints I've ever had, apart from the active care, because of course I had that from brand new. So we're going to add our detergent to this compartment. That's our powder detergent, of course. If you're putting liquid in, put it into the main drum. Right, this is for our optional fabric softener, which we're adding today. That goes in there. Don't fill beyond the max line here, otherwise it will siphon prematurely into the wash and can actually affect your washing results. Another thing, there's an auto off feature on this, so at the end of the cycle, and to be fair, if you turned it on and you've not actually selected anything after a while, it all just switches off. Right, so turn it on. We're going to want program 2. We want to select it at 60. Max spin. But let's see how many options I can get. Super wash, extra rinse, mini load, reduce creases. Get all of them, but not have a mini load. Yeah, let's have reduced creases. No, it's not. No extra rinse. I just went backwards then. Let's have all of them. No, that's not. Right. When we hit start, the wash light will appear and then it will move down basically as it goes through its processes. This drain one will always light up at the end of the cycle after the spin. That's because it does a quick drain before finally switching off. Usually the end will light when the door unlocks. Also when the door's locked, you get a red light there. Ready? Red light. Total cycle time is normally about 2 hours for this cycle. I think with super wash you're adding a bit more. However, the machine does have a load sensor in it. So, if it's got a half a load or less, actually, it's got about, I think, 4 different level settings. So, the less laundry's in it, the less time it takes. Mini loads kind of just enforces that, basically. That's now finished. All quite dry, bit creased, but nicely washed. Right, what's to give this out of 10 then? Well, it gets a really good, solid, do you know what, I don't normally give half, but we'll give it 8.5 out of 10. It's a Hotpoint, so it isn't going to be that reliable. But that also being said, the 7 kilo and 6 kilo models do seem to outlast the 8 kilo models that were about at the time. If you had the brush motor, it was seemingly better than the ones that weren't. Also, for the money, you got a lot of programs for your money. You know, with all your specials. Well, this is pretty cool, actually, for what it is. Graphite is still the best colour, in my opinion, out of all the colours. Right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.